Well, hopefully I see myself in 10 years as being, hopefully a player in the local film industry. I know a couple local filmmakers who, have given me a little bit of a start. And it's all kind of like a little group. Like everyone seems to know each other, so hopefully by, expanding myself, as an artist, getting my name out there and starting to be on more shoots and, hopefully being a part of this little group.
10 years is a long time in terms of film. The advancement of the technology just over the previous 10 years has enabled filmmakers to produce some really high quality, amazing stuff. So in 10 years, I'd probably see myself still teaching, still freelancing, faster processing, possibly even 3D, even though I think 3D has a character quality to it, and I don't know if it's going to last a whole long time. But I see the market, even right now, becoming affordable for 3D. Like Panasonic has a camera that shoots 3D at the price range that a prosumer can afford.
Well, I mostly like directing. I think that's like one of the things I love most and I find most appealing about it. But if I can like get a job as like anything really, like a cinematographer or an editor, like for now starting out, I don't mind wrapping cables on a set. Eventually I want to work my way up, but in relation to like where I want to be, mainly directing, but as long as I have like a big creative impact on the film, I'd appreciate that. Kinda. I just, over the summer, I worked on an independent horror film called 6 Degrees of Hell. Corey Feldman's in it, so it was pretty cool. My job was production assistant. I didn't necessarily wrap cables, but just miscellaneous odd jobs, running walkie-talkies to different crew members, setting up the scenes and setting up one of my main jobs was setting up the break room, making sure all the snacks were prepared for everybody. That was fun, and making sure like when we had extras, made them sign releases, allowing us to use their image in the film and all that. But not necessarily like wrapping cables, but stuff along the lines of that, like little small jobs.
My mom's a teacher, and she recently retired. She was a kindergarten teacher for 35 years. I always looked up to and respected teachers, and I think that there's something to be said about being a mentor. How I got here, I was at a board meeting where my mom was receiving Teacher of the Year, and I met up with a teacher who was teaching communication technology in the district that my mom teaches in. And we got to talking. We had very similar backgrounds. I, at the time, was freelancing for audio and film, and also working at a recording studio. And she came from a television production background, but we both went to the same college. We both had the same kind of experience with production, and it was interesting to talk to her and see her point of view about being a teacher. And I did a little bit of research and kind of took a couple courses and got into the position that I'm in right now.
In high school, I went to Camden Catholic, and they had a TV studio there where we broadcast the morning announcements. And I started out as a cameraman, and by senior year I worked my way up to director. So it was my job to tell everyone what to do and command, take the helm. That was fun. I also, over the summer, since the summer of 2006, which I was going into 8th grade, I did a program called Main Stage Center for the Arts. It's mainly a theater and performing arts camp, but they have a film program there every summer. So I took a part of that. By the time the summer of 2008 came around, Mike Lecision, the local filmmaker who's kind of taught me everything he knows, he started running the program. And he's just learning, about the mechanics and, the business of film and how to make a film. And summer of 2010, they started an advanced level program, which, they took eight of the best students there And they all, instead of everyone making their own film, we all worked together to make 3 films on a much more professional level. And I'm actually working there now. This past summer I interned there. So I'm going to be coming back, hopefully, for as long as I can, you know, giving back to the program what it gave to me, and hopefully teaching you, you know, aspiring filmmakers to, you know, enter the business. Well, I'm going to Rowan University. I'm a radio, TV, film major. I'm taking part in the clubs there, the Rowan Television Network and the Cinema Workshop. They also have Rowan Radio, which I'm not a part of, but mainly like with, I'm more involved with Rowan Television because we do more, and with the Cinema Workshop we have projects, but those are like weeks upon weeks we work on them. But with Rowan Television Network, it's stuff every single week because they have the shows that need to be shot every week. So this semester I'm producing a show, All Access. It's pretty much Rowan's equivalent of Sports Center. So that's one of the things. I'm also doing a lot of stuff with my friends. I'm shooting my first feature film this summer. It's called Alliance. It pretty much, over the past couple years, I've been making superhero movies. So this film kind of brings them together. Kind of like an Avengers thing, but not really. Same kind of idea, but not the same premise or anything. But so yeah, that's what I've been working on recently. But
my longest term my goal for a long-term feature film, or some sort of feature, is it more towards the documentary side of things. I had a good idea back when I was still doing nighttime DJing work to shoot a documentary not just on the lifestyle but also the technique and skill of the DJ, and kind of, you know, a lot of the behind the scenes things, also maybe even some of the business things where like how you book and how you schedule and how you interact with your clients, not just the people who you are playing music for, but also the people who hire you. So I thought that that was an interesting kind of avenue to take, because I've seen so many things. Like in Atlantic City, there's a big, huge entertainment market. So I've worked all over Atlantic City. I've worked all over South Jersey, a lot of places in Philadelphia. So I think, you know, just myself, I could have some interesting stories to tell, but also on top of that, a lot of people in the area, like some of the major DJs in the market, I am good friends with. A lot of people who work at the bigger nightclubs, you know, week after week, I could sit down with and interview them and get their kind of perspective. So it wouldn't just be me, it would be like all the DJs in this area, in this local market, the Philadelphia market, the Atlantic City market, even the New York market, and then maybe even taking it nationally or globally, because, you know, a lot of national/international DJs come through Atlantic City and play the big club. So, you know, that was one of my things that may or may not get produced in the future.
well, growing up, I used to love watching movies. One of my favorite movies was the original Star Wars trilogy, not the prequels, you know, but the original trilogy. Really, I just loved how the story and like the way it was made, and you know, all the effort that went into it. And then as I got older, I started watching more, you know, artsy movies that I probably wouldn't have liked when I was a kid, like my favorite film, The Godfather. Just so good. Like, I love everything about it, the acting, the style. So I'd say like those movies really got me into filmmaking, and also being a part of Main Stage. You know, I got a flyer for that, so I figured, why not? I'll join the program. You know, it might be a fun hobby to actually make it. And then as I got older, I started getting more serious about it, and actually, like, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. So, yeah, I'd say, you know, like Godfather, Star Wars, they really got me into this industry.
If you're a budding filmmaker, one of the best places to look, and I tell my students this all the time, Mandy.com. You can search in Philadelphia, you could search in New York, New Jersey area, you could search all over the country, and there's postings for filmmakers who need help. Sometimes they'll post in low, no payment, or deferred payment. There's categories, or there's a paid category. So you can find jobs either as a freelancer or as just an intern through this website. So I started with the website in college, just browsing, and after I had started working at the recording studio, I responded to a few of the postings and ended up meeting up with some filmmakers in Philadelphia who run a film festival. Their film festival is now 12 or so years in, and I started back when it was their first film festival and ran sound for them. Through working through that film festival, I got to meet a lot of local filmmakers and ended up getting hired through them many times to do post-production audio work. So really the best way to get involved is to network, so going to where people are talking about film or making films.